What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cozy Boy Don back again with another video, and today we're finna discuss 8 young players that I am projecting that are gonna make a leap this year based off of what I saw last year and the talents that I see in them going forward. So, if you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, bro. What you doing? Hit the subscribe button. After you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when I drop new videos, because it's coming, bro. Season less than 30 days away, so better get on down, come become a Cozy Boy, you feel me? And drop your thoughts down below in the video. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Because your opinion matters too, you know. So if I missed a person, let me know. I'll consider it. We'll have a conversation. And other than that, man, we're gonna get straight into it, bro. Get cozy with your boy Don, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Kicking off the list, we got Isaiah Stewart. Big Stu, as they call him. If any of y'all watching this and y'all mess with Isaiah Stewart, shout him out in the comment section. Big Stu is poised to make a leap this upcoming season with the young Pistons. Isaiah's skill set matches up with the times of today's game and the roster that he's on. Even though Isaiah is only 6'8", he's got a 7'4" wingspan and extremely large hands. He's a good shot blocker, he can move his feet, and he's as strong as an ox, which means he can hold his own on the block defensively. And on the offensive end of the floor, Isaiah is a frantic screener and an even more frantic roller. He's a great dump-off target down low for drivers. He's also a good cutter who times his cut really well. And Isaiah is a heck of a live threat. He's bouncy, he has long arms, and like I said, he has big-ass hands. Isaiah reminds me of a guy like Montrezl Harrell on the offensive end. He's a bit more of an explosive player, but the similarities are evident. Pairing Isaiah with a playmaker like Cade and around talented wings like Saddiq Bey and Jeremy Grant, and the departure of Mason Plumlee opens up even more minutes for Isaiah to consume and to get better. And by the season's end, everyone will know Isaiah Stewart's name. Next, we got Jarred Vanderbilt. Jay Vando just signed an extension to stay with Minnesota, and he'll be a nice rotational piece for the T-Wolves this upcoming season. Vando is a fluid and athletic big man who can rebound his tail off, defend, and score at the basket. I think the Timberwolves will be much better than they were last year, and Jay Vando's ability will be put on display for the entire league to see. And while I see Jay McDaniels getting a lot of love, which is well deserved, Jarred Vanderbilt isn't getting the love that I'm showing him right now. Jarred played 64 games last season for Minnesota, and he logged about 18 minutes a game. He only put up 5 points and 5 rebounds, but this was the first season where Jarred was able to get on the floor and get consistent quality minutes and not suffer any real injuries. And I think he'll only go from here, and his impact on the floor will be well stated. Going back a little bit, Jarred was a part of the 2017-2018 Kentucky team that had the likes of Shea, PJ Washington, Kevin Knox, and Hamidou Diallo. And if you were to just watch them and not know the names, you would see when Jarred got on the floor when he wasn't injured, talent-wise, he was probably the best player on that team. Just watching him play was crazy. His moves were so fluid at 6'9". He was a great athlete, and he was physically imposing. So his skill level was really underrated, and while he can't shoot really outside of the paint, he's an effective passer and a manic rebounder, and plays with some absolutely sublime defensive instincts. On offense, Jarred is an excellent cutter. He knows how to time his cuts and what situation is smart to cut in. Jarred can also pass and handle the ball. His ball skills are crazy. And paired with his athleticism, he will fit in well with players like Cat and D'Lo and Ant-Man. Defensively, Jarred has spidey senses. He knows how to jump passing lanes, when to jump passing lanes. He's a good shot blocker, and he tends to be in positions to disrupt offensive actions. Jarred's best skill, even though I just said all of that, his best skill is his rebounder. He's an aggressive rebounder who was compared to Dennis Rodman by his college coach, John Calipari. Next, we got Devin Vassell. Want to talk about a defensive minutes, dog? And Devin Vassell is the next one in line. Devin is a 6'6" wing with a lanky 6'10" wingspan with active hands and feet. Watching Devin gives me vibes of a current wing on a championship level team and a player from the early 2000s that was on the championship team. Talking about Tayshaun Prince from the Detroit Pistons in the early to mid 2000s, and we're talking about Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns.
Mikael.
Devin's instincts on defense are rare. He has the innate ability to get into position to make plays in the passing lane, at the rim, in transition, and when guarding the ball. There were many instances in his rookie year where what I just explained happened. Like, for example, there's a possession against the Clippers where the Clippers are bringing the ball up. Terrence Mann was getting double teamed at half court. Passes it to Nick Batum, and Jakob Poole was up in his mid trying to press him. Devin, Kawhi is at the top of the key, and Luke Kennard is in the corner. Kelton Johnson's guarding somebody else at half court for whatever reason. So he has to make a decision, split the difference, right? So Devin goes up to guard Kawhi. He gets to him, makes him pass it out to Luke Kennard in the corner, and then he sprints, hauls ass to the corner, and blocks a shot. That's special, bro. Like, that's not something you see every day in any kind of, like, defender. So, yeah, that's just one explanation. He had plenty of defensive gems throughout this season, and outside of Devin's defensive exploits, he also showed signs of being a sniper from beyond the arc. While the raw percentages don't show this, Devin had a limited amount of shots. So his field goal percentage was at 39.8%, but he shot 5 shots a game, damn near 6. So that 39% is damn near a catfish for real. Outside of his jump shooting, Devin is very adept at running the floor and filling the correct lane to get easy baskets. He runs the floor with vigor, and he's a great dump-off target in those 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 situations. And with more time opening up in the rotation with guys like Patty Mills and DeMar DeRozan and guys like that leaving, Devin Vassell get more playing time, and I expect him to take a leap going into this next season. Next on the list, we got Naji Marshall. Dog. D-A-W-W-G. That's the one word I would use to describe Naji Marshall. Straight up junkyard dog. Naji's a 6'7", 223-pound wing that played his rookie year with the New Orleans Pelicans, and the dude can damn near do it all. Not at the highest level with like extreme efficiency like a Luka or something like that, but on the lower tier level, right? In the G League this year, he imposed his will in his time there, and in the 13 games that he played in the G League bubble, he averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal a game, while shooting 48% from the field, 37% from 3. They made it to the G League Finals, too, the Erie Bayhawks. RP to that franchise, but yes, they made it to the G League Finals where they lost to the Lakeland Magic, unfortunately, but that's not what we're talking about. Naji is a well-rounded offensive player. Like I said, he shot 37% from the tray. He can shoot that boy. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot a 3. He can finish at the rim. He can finish you with the finesse, and he can finish you with the. He'll boof on you. He'll put that boof on you, my boy. And slick low key, he can dime you up too. And on the other end of the floor, Naji has the potential to be a lockdown defender. He has the size, strength, and athleticism to be one. And he did get the chance to guard some of the premier players in the league last season. Naji was assigned the task of guarding guys like Kyrie, KD, DeMar DeRozan, Steph Curry, and the list goes on and on. But the best part about this is Naji didn't shy away. He was ready for the challenge, and he did do pretty well, but relatively. When he was playing defense, he was there. But when the shot was taken, more times than not it was made, especially Kyrie. But, like, what you going to do to stop Kyrie, though? Ain't nothing you could really do, bro. Like, you could slide your feet all you want to. You could do whatever you want. This dude's gonna find a 90.5 degree angle to get a shot off and bank it in and make it and do some impossible shit because he's Kyrie. There's nothing you could do about that. But Naji did a good job. And other than that, off the ball, Naji's good at jumping passing lanes. He rotates well, and he affected some shots at the rim. And with the departure of Lonzo Ball, I think Naji becomes the best defender on the roster, and it'll get him more minutes on the floor, and he'll be able to show his well-rounded offensive game, and he'll take a leap. All right, next, number 4, we got Jordan Poole. The Golden State Warriors had a disappointing end to their season last year, despite an MVP caliber season by Steph. One positive that came from that season, though, was the budding ascension of one Jordan Poole. JP set a career high in points and in shooting percentages. In his rookie year, Jordan struggled a lot. Put up 8 points a game, shooting a morbid, like trash. 33% from the field, and even worse, 27% from three. With a bunch of opportunity with no Steph, no Clay, and no KD, obviously. The opportunity was ripe for the picking, but he didn't perform well at all. But this year, he stepped it up. He was on his shit. He upped his averages to 13 points a game, improved his shooting to 44% from the field and 35% from the trey line. Jordan Poole has a balanced offensive attack, but he leans more towards shooting a lot of threes. About 43% of his shots were from the three-point line, and like I said, he shot 35% from there. And the thing I like about Jordan is he's dynamic, bro. Like, he's got swag. He plays with flair, and he just plays with pure jubilance when he plays. And that type of stuff makes me excited. It gets me like that makes me love to do. I can't even talk right now. Jordan's dynastic game is based on his movement. Jordan can get down and boogie, bro. He can boogie, dog. He can really break you off with the ball in his hands, and he don't stop moving with the ball without his hands. Last year, the Warriors had a void in talent, and once Jordan saw an opportunity to make a name and carve out a role again, he filled the void of self-creation for the Warriors, and that's what they needed with Steph on the floor, and especially with him off the floor, Draymond included. Like I said, his movement allows him to get by defenders or to create space for an open jumper. Jordan, with his ability to create his own shot, opened up opportunities for him to create for others on the floor, and that made him valuable. But be aware, bro, Jordan will piss you off. He's a big risk taker, and he has some funny lowlights, and sometimes trying to make the most out of something doesn't work. But back on track, this is a positive video. The main thing why I think Jordan will continue to ascend this upcoming season is because of his movement off the ball, along with his moves with the ball in his hands. Like I said, if he's on the floor with Steph and Draymond and eventually Clay, Jordan will be able to fit in the lineup because of his catch and shoot ability and his ability to play make off the dribble. And without them on the floor, he'll be able to groove, boogie, boogie, oogie, and do his thing. I fully envision Jordan having a breakout season, making highlight plays on a nightly basis, hit circuit shots, breaking people off, and producing at a really good rate and becoming a fan favorite. But 3 on the list, we got Taylor Horton-Tucker, THT, the Lakers' coveted young fella. He earns a spot on my list. Taylor just signed a 3-year, $30 million extension this offseason to stay with the Lakers. And Taylor is a 6'4" lead guard with a 7-foot wingspan. It looks ridiculous too sometimes. Taylor is a highly talented player on offense. He has a bag, and he might be a part of the baggage claim boys. But a little bit more on the baggage claim boys and their founding father a little bit later. If you know, you know. But THT's game right now is predicated on him getting to the cup. Over this past season, just listen to this. Over this past season, Taylor took 556 shots from the field, just in the game. 3s, 2s, whatever, right? Half-court shots. He could shoot it from out of bounds. 66% of his shots came right at the rim, which is 368 out of 556 shots. And guess what he did? He shot 49% from that area. That's crazy. And it's safe to say that's his best area on the offensive floor right now. Like I said, he's got a bag. He also has, like I said, a 7-foot wingspan. And Taylor has a big body. He's a bigger body guard, so he's able to manipulate defenders and use his strength and then use his crazy long arms to finish at the rim. And side note, his layup package is crazy. His layup package is crazy. He be doing all types of crazy stuff. There was one where this dude was facing the wrong way. I'm trying to do it while I'm talking. He's facing the wrong way. Shot the ball with his head facing the other basket and still made the layup. And outside of the paint, he can shoot the ball from the mid-range a little bit, and I want to see more consistency from him shooting from outside of the paint, because the raw percentages was not that good. He only shot 28% of his shots from behind the three-point line, but it doesn't really bother me at all because he didn't take a lot of shots. So his percentage wasn't good, but he still didn't take a lot of shots, so that doesn't really mean anything to me. And I wouldn't be concerned about it because he's a good free throw shooter, and he's 20, going on 21 years old. And with the offensive talent that he already has, he has the potential to be an offensive workhorse. The other aspect of his offensive game, which contributes to me calling him an offensive workhorse, is his ability to create advantages for his teammates. Like I said, 49% of 556 shots. 66% of his 556 shots were at the rim, and he shot 50%. That's valid rim pressure. And what rim pressure does is it brings more defenders when you're on the perimeter trying to break somebody down. And guess what that does? It opens up possibilities for you to get easy passes, dime you, pull the defense out, get you to cut, boom, right to the, you know what I'm saying? He draws the ire of different defenders, and it attracts more attention than he really needs. It opens up for his teammates. And I think with this roster, he'll get a chance to get down a boogie with his own little unit, or he'll be able to work with the vets, and they'll teach him more things, and he'll just continue to get better. So I'm expecting a leap from Taylor Horton-Tucker this upcoming season. Number 2, we got Kelton Johnson. Mr. N1. Kelton Johnson is next on this list, and he's on here for excellent reason. Last year, Kelton averaged about 13 points and 6 boards a game while shooting 48% from the field and 33% from the tray. Kelton's game is predicated at the rim. Kelton took an astounding 488 shots at the rim. I'm going to round it up to 500. I don't really care. I'm going to round it up to 500. And he shot, just like Taylor, 49% on even more attempts, right? And just imagine that kind of player getting to the rack, finishing with that much efficiency. And then, he finished with that much efficiency in the second year, and add on to that, shoot 33% from the three. What what you mean? Like, come on now. And this is a great base to start. 21 years old, entering his third year, and he's already a great finisher at the rim. He can finish around you with finesse, or he can finish over you with the utmost of power. And once the basketball goes to the rim, you'll hear Kelton's trademark "Hey" or "N1" every time. With Kelton's ability to get to the rim and how effective he is at finishing there, teams will want to make him see more defenders on his way to the rim. And this opens up opportunities for assisting, dump offs, kickouts, things of that nature. And his continuing progression to become a knockdown shooter will be the blueprint to his success going forward. He has also shown some signs of being able to do this, especially with assisting to teammates to get open shots. Kelton flashes passing ability. He was adept at hitting bigs that were either cutting or parked in the dunker spot. He was able to hit players on the perimeter for either open shots or just to cause the defense to scramble. And with the departure, like I said with Devin Vassell, departure of vets, DeMar DeRozan, Patty Mills, Rudy Gay, Kelton will have even more opportunities than he had last year to show his skills and continue to grow his game and ascend to the next level. And side note, you notice there's 2 guys from the same team on this list from the Spurs, right? The Spurs will be very, very, very fun on a nightly basis to watch in the league because they have like 8 young players that they have acquired. They have acquired over the past like 4 years. And they'll be a fun, hopefully run and gun team to look out for in the Western Conference. But I'm going to keep that on the hush for right now. I got something coming about that later. All right, on to the next one. Number 1, Tyrese Maxey. Yes, one of the founding members of the very not well-known baggage claim boys, Tyrese Maxey had a great rookie year for the 76ers. He showed his array of skills and talents and why he's worthy of being number one on my list. But what is this array of skills, you may ask, Don? Cozy boy Don Bozy. Let's start with the scoring though. Tyrese has the ability to put the ball in the hole. He shot the ball above 40% at and around the rim. He was super effective in that area where he shot the ball the most at this past year. And one of Tyrese's keys to being effective in the paint area was the floater. The floater is one of the most important shots for smaller players on the floor when knifing into the paint. And Tyrese's quickness and ability to get past his primary defender and running into a big in the paint area, the floater is the most effective shot to take. And it's safe to say he has the floater down packed. Now, let's move out just a tad bit, not too far, but to the mid-range area. He can hit pull-ups too. It's this counter to the floater. Tyrese can stop on the dime and shoot and pull up in a mid-range jump shot. The same quickness and swift moves that he has in his carry-on luggage, you get it? You get it? Allows him to get to the basket, and he uses it to set defenders for his quick pull-ups. Tyrese was also effective at attacking drop coverages and pick and rolls for easy two-point shots, which everybody was doing, essentially. You need that if you're running pick and roll. Now, moving back some more to the three-point line. This is where Tyrese needs to improve the most. He wasn't amazing, but he wasn't terrible either, right? Only 23% of Tyrese's shots were from the three-point line, and he shot 30%, which is just below league average on about 2 attempts a game. So take from that whatever you want to. There's not really too much to take away from that, but outside of his scoring, Tyrese also showed his playmaking chops. He ran the show, leading sets, finding open teammates for shots, and he was really effective in the pick and roll. This was because of his ability to put pressure on a defender going downhill with the threat of his floater or his pull-up. He could finish at the rim too with a little lay. This ability to have the defender in the bind open up lobs and dump-offs, which Dwight Howard was the beneficiary of more times than not. And Tyrese was also good at hitting open players beyond the arc and getting the ball to a scorer early in the shot clock for early attacks, whether that be Tobias Harris or Joel Embiid or whoever it may be on the floor. And surprisingly, Tyrese was super solid on the defensive end too. He was a playmaker on defense. He wasn't like super locked down, I'm going to lock you up, press you out, do all that other kind of stuff, but he made a lot of plays. He jumped passing lanes, got good dig steals. He was pretty solid on the defensive end. He was able to hold his own in one-on-one situations from time to time too, due to his quick feet and his under the radar strength. He's strong, boy. And Tyrese is he's like really well-rounded as a young guard, and he has a lot of talent and a lot of upside, and he has a chance to get a bigger role and to build upon what he had going in at the end of last season with the impending Ben Simmons trade. And if you don't know, it's a little bit self-promo. You know what I'm saying? He's available, and I made a video on it a few weeks ago. That was the last video I posted before this, so check that out, my boy. It's a good video. Check that out. Other than that, that concludes the list. This is the end of the video. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I'm dropping new videos. The season starts in less than a month. I'm going to be dropping videos, bro. Previewing what's going on, what I'm thinking, the mind of Cozy Boy Don, you feel me? So, if you want to be a cozy boy, subscribe, hit the bell, comment down below, I'm a cozy boy. And other than that, man, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back very soon. Until next time, peace.